Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend. So I realized I didn't totally explain what happened at the end of the last video with the bug that was affecting this battle. It's a thing that people who have been watching the series for a long time have seen before, but probably that's not everybody. So sometimes there's a bug where you try to initiate a battle and it loads up the deployment area and sets the units out, but then doesn't actually let you interact with the battle in any way. And the only way to fix it, as far as I'm aware, is to reload the autosave from the beginning of the turn, which is what I had to do, and then replay the turn a little bit. So we're basically right back where we were. I took mean, I lost this battle, I got our blood crystals and dust waters and whatnot, and we are caught up. And at this point, I should be able to hit this button and have this battle actually take place. Okay, maybe, hold on. Yes, okay, we can interact with the battle. It didn't start the battle music up, which made me nervous, but it looks like we're fine. So, this is going to be an annoying one. These guys have free counter and a ranged attack, and it's very frustrating to deal with. So, how am I going to do this? The thing that's nice about these guys is that they only have 2 range. They're the shortest ranged unit in the game, and so we can manipulate their positioning a bit. I think we can... Our riders actually have enough initiative to go before the vine snake, so we can pin this vine snake down. And how does this work? How do I want to do this? We can coax them out of the city, is what I'm thinking. As long as we don't put any of our units in places where they can be shot by these guys from the city tiles, and we can have the rider, like, run up and lock that dude in place. So where do I think the enemies are going to move to? Well, if we put the Dust Bishop up front... I'm trying to figure out, like, how could we coax them forward? If I put my units like this... I can even do this. Remember, we still have to try to group up as much as we reasonably can because we have a serious morale problem right now. Alright, if I do it like this... These guys have 3 move each, but they often... enemy ranged units will often move to just the closest place that they can get a shot from, unless they have some kind of positional capacity. Like, Wild Walker units will try to get in a forest before firing. So, if we do this, this guy probably just steps forward 1 space. This guy probably just steps forward 1 space. Shoot at him. So I'm guessing this spot will be left open. So we can have the rider move to here. Uh-oh. Oh, right, I'm in deployment mode. Yeah, I'm fine with this deployment. Have the rider attack this guy from here, which will pin him down in position before their turn. And then, how do we want to attack? I guess, actually, I think this will be open. The rider should probably attack from here so that we can have the first... Stalwart attack from here, and that'll burn both of this guy's... Oh no, he doesn't even... Never mind, it's not a big issue. What I was trying to do there was safely burn his attack and his free counter, because Sweep Strike Back is dangerous. But never mind, he doesn't have free counter. That's right, we have to be pretty cautious about that. We have to make sure that we are looking at... Make sure we are actually looking at all of their units one by one, because they have access to the free counter trinket, but they do not have enough resources to equip it on everybody, clearly. Okay, yeah, I pretty much... I think I want to just have everybody attack the Vine Snake. If we could kill the Vine Snake, our lives are going to get a lot easier. Well, that's usually true because of the unpredictable circular attack and sweeping, but I guess if this guy... If we can just hit him before his turn, every turn... He does have way more damage than the rest of them do. Although the rest of them have free counter. Yeah, I think eliminating this guy first. It's going to simplify the battle a lot. Okay, well, there you go. That guy immediately putting the lie to that thing I said. The good news is they've really opened up a lot of spaces for us to deal with this thing. Oh, that sucks. The bad news is my units are apparently dedicated to suffering as many attacks as possible here. Obviously, the thing we want to be doing now is focusing our attacks and hitting only the number of enemies that we can actually kill. You should move to here before shooting that guy. You should move to here before shooting that guy. Fortunately, I have no idea whether he's going to die or not. And the reason I want to focus on this guy is, honestly, in large part, I'm just trying to maximize the use of charge here. We have some serious attack problems right now for a number of reasons. So I'd like to get as much attack out of this as I can. And really, like, it's not super beneficial for me to avoid or attack either one of these guys. I am really bummed out about losing the rider. It's tough, right? Because our riders can't have enough defense to survive a bunch of ranged attacks. Alright, we managed to provoke extra attacks from everybody there. This is pretty much the worst possible version of that turn. Let's try to be a little bit more careful in the future. I guess we're probably going to provoke extra attacks from everybody this turn, too, because it is going to be... Like, this guy's definitely going to die, right? Maybe even faster than I thought there. Yeah, I devoted one too many attacks to that, because I really thought that was going to go worse than it did. Alright, you could probably just back off. If we have a choice, we want to let as many stalwarts as possible participate in the final takedown here, right? Oh, of course, there is the problem of him moving. I'll be honest with you, I just thought he wasn't going to move, because he already had a good spot to attack from. Okay, but yeah, that went down pretty much the way I thought it would. We're going to lose riders a lot. That's just going to happen, because they don't have any real defenses. I really, really wish they could equip shields, you know? Alright, so Empty Belly gets to pick up some life for his units, and we made a ton of money off of that battle. So, let's, do I want to move him back to the front, or does he need to run along the coast here and make sure we're not suffering any attacks from the island armies? Because we know they have armies over there. They wiped out Purple's last city. We probably want to move north a little bit, try to get some more vision out here. This watchtower is actually going to be important. Yeah, I need that vision pretty badly. Fortunately, I think that should be a cheap buy. Yeah, we'll just get that done. And I mean, look at this. We're making money. Dust Crematorium is, like, pretty okay. Yeah. So, this is our new army of dudes. I kind of want to step forward and attack... Oh, wow. That's 2 settlers. Okay. I want to step forward and attack that army even more now. How are we going to deal with these guys? So, we're having some stat problems right now, just for the moment. And those stat problems are largely going to resolve themselves over the course of the next several turns as the morale effects wear off and stuff. And those morale effects are expensive enough in terms of infiltration points that I don't believe they should be able to reapply them easily. Although, that said, we should probably, like, it sucks, but we should probably do roundups in these cities because we're going to lose a ton of dust per turn from doing this, but I really, really need for these spies to get caught if we can reasonably catch them. Yeah, alright. Make it happen. Over here, at least we're not losing dust. Not directly, anyway. What happened to... Did my combat hero... Or did my governor hero get... Oh, right. He's the governor of Emaroya. Emaroya is where I needed to do the roundup. I was like, it's my forwardmost city on the top side, right? But this is a new city. Okay, so we're doing the roundups. Hopefully we'll catch those spies out. That would be nice. And you guys... Boy, what was I doing with you? Oh, you were just running back in to start picking up pearls. That's right. A reasonable, noble goal. We do need these pearls. Speaking of needing these pearls, New City is in a 3-village region, so we should probably make this happen for pretty cheap. And then, I'm going to put you on Dust. I really didn't need to round up, so hold on. Cancel that roundup. Not necessary. Yeah, you guys can be producing a little bit of money for us. We're making 2.5k per turn now. Still not anywhere near enough, but we're headed in the right direction at least. Man, yeah, the lower defense of the riders and the fact that they can't equip shields, so they can't benefit from sharp sense and block easily, really sucks, man. Oh, we're a little low on Adamantian right now, or Palladian right now. So I guess we'll make some riders because we can't easily make stalwarts. Let's push troops, because of course we got to push troops. And now we have to make a decision regarding this army and this army. I could step forward and try to... This would be an easier decision to make if we had a better idea where the armies over here that had reinforced had moved to. Because it's possible we could just pick these guys off real fast. But it's also possible that there's like 70 units over here, and attacking this army would result in me probably losing another army right away. Now granted, we do have 7 units to apply to the battle ourselves. But you know what? Actually, we have an army over here with a bunch of movement left, although they don't have an action point. But these guys should probably head in this direction, right? They're still close enough to mean that if somebody tried to sweep in and take it from behind, my army would get to show up as reinforcements, but I think we probably need to position ourselves such that we can contribute to the large overall battle. And again, a lot of what we're doing here is weathering. If we can just survive for a little while and the morale effects start falling off, we're going to be winning these battles overwhelmingly. You can see how we're performing when we're operating at like a 5 morale deficit most of the time. So, is there anything else meaningful we could do? Can we rush this Dust Bishop? We are not particularly close to being able to do that. In a couple turns, we'll have enough Hyperium that we could equip the Piercing Trinket on another one of our governors. Oh, and we need to get somebody to this thing. A hero with the Eye of the Hernas, right? Yeah. Because I actually do want exotic armor. Okay, but let's try to win some battles over here first. If we can break down some of their army, it's going to be really, really helpful. Any little battle we can win matters. Out of curiosity, they are recorded as currently having... Alright, that's a fair amount, but it's not even 3 times my current army value, so that's something. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but we're going to get through. Oh yeah, Other New City... Oh, geez. Other New City has a lot of, like, really basic stuff that it needs to build. We picked up 2 Kazanji villages here. What is the other region that we picked up? What is their thing? Eyeless ones. Okay, that's interesting. So the Eyeless one fortification, or rather, assimilation bonus is 5 approval per village. So this assimilate is now 15 empire-wide approval, which is pretty cool. I think probably not what we want to be doing right now. We still need to be pulling the resources out of the ground, but it's definitely got some possibilities. Okay, you're doing your thing. You know what you got to do. You guys... Man, how lucky am I feeling? I gotta be honest with you, not super lucky. And if I wait and then just like attack you immediately at the beginning of the next turn, oh, I can't hit you from here? Is there a tiny little cliff face there? It doesn't look like it. It looks like I should be able to just step here and attack, right? Yeah, I totally can. Unfortunately, our reinforcement army is just slightly out of position here. But, like, maybe this is what we want to do, right? Maybe I want to step forward at the beginning of the turn and just engage. I guess the danger with doing that is that if this army just retreats... Yeah, their city is in range. So the battle would be all of my stuff versus all of their garrison and whatnot, and this. If I were to actually engage in that battle, your armies on the attack lose their action point, even if there isn't a battle, because the enemy army retreats, and then that would leave all these guys with their action point left, and they could come and pick us off one by one. We probably need to not do anything crazy here. I hate fighting defensively, like, not defensively, but you know what I mean? Like, we need to move forward on attack, but do so defensively, which is an awkward balance to have to strike. Like, we should be producing units, but this city is putting out little enough industry that I wonder if we should just be... We're just going to buy the units, right? Yeah, but every little bit of progress helps. Did I miss... Oh, I missed a bunch, actually. We had a bunch of cities complete normal, unexciting constructions. Alright, well, I definitely want an apprenticeship registry, and also... over here in Culch. Geez. Also an apprenticeship registry, maybe? You guys should probably move over to Dust at this point. 168 versus 263. Yeah, you're producing way more value working on Dust. And I guess we can just, like, straight buy this out. This is pretty effective here. It's a lot of, you have a lot of tiles in this city. I buy out some of these others as well. These are pretty cheap. What do you want to work on after that? Is it just... I guess it's National Museum. Like, we don't actually have a lot of boroughs here, but I can't start work on another borough until I have the money to buy another point of population. So, how expensive would that be? 442? I might be able to make 400 dust from sales, I guess. I'm not... Yeah, I think it's not super likely. Yeah, just start work on this. Actually, don't start work on that because that has palladium in its cost. You know what? We have no watchtowers that are actually against the border with red. That's kind of weird. Like, why is this watchtower here instead of on the edge of the territory? Well, there is some value in getting some watchtowers up. Like, watchtowers are not just sources of vision. They also give health regen in their immediate area. And we are going to be fighting red eventually, right? This is a long-term strategic value play. Alright, so we got to figure this out. How are we going to continue to pressure green? Obviously, we have to, like, hold Guiron and everything, but we're probably going to be a little bit more effective if we're putting pressure on multiple locations. I think I'm going to let their armies move first. We don't have, like, an obvious lightning strike position. Definitely move you toward Dust Care, or toward Dust Trickery. So yeah, I'm going to let them move in, and we're going to figure this out. Okay, they are initiating attacks in positions that I don't think are correct. Like, I think that they're making some questionable decisions over here. That's probably good for us. We finished Signal Corps, working on Brigade System. Alright, this one. This one looks to me like a pretty bad play, so let's take advantage of this. Then we'll figure out what the deal is with the other battle afterward. We may, you know, there's definitely some value in strategic retreats. We got to figure out where that's appropriate. So I probably want the Dust Bishop to be in the middle of the units, as middleist as possible. Vine Snake is all the way over there and very low morale, so very low initiative, so we probably don't have to think too hard about him. I'm going to put our hero in a place where he's not going to get chain lightninged. If they want to devote an attack to him, that's fine, but I'm not going to let him accidentally die. Oh, excuse me, to a chain lightning. And Like, we probably want to have somebody down here, right? Why am I not allowed to place somebody down here? Oh, I guess... No, there's a... Is that a... Yeah, this is a cliff too, huh? There's no path from our reinforcement flags to these spaces, so they're not actually in my reinforcement zone. Weird. Okay. So there's only actually 2 units here that I'm really worried about on the first couple of turns. You have 3 move. Okay, so you'll be in the battle on turn 3. Alright, well, I think it's probably not a huge surprise to anybody that I value killing that ranged unit extremely highly. You should probably attack this guy just so you don't have to run forward before attacking, because you're kind of already in the position I would like you to be in. So this guy does not have free counter. Nor does this guy... Okay. None of these guys do. Probably the reason for that is the lack of... what's the thing I'm looking for here? The lack of accessory spaces, right? Like, you have a limited number of accessories that you can equip on your units. So, if you have, like, more important plus damage plus attack type stuff, you might do that instead of going for free counter. Yeah, this is baffling to me. I do not understand why they are doing the thing they are doing here. The bad news is, there's like a real good chance Ipsawacha is still going to die. The Dust Bishop is trying really hard to keep him alive. Ipsawacha, if you do survive, it would be great if you could shoot that guy. We'll see. Maybe the demon will get distracted and go after somebody else. There's this nice fat group of units over here. Nope. That's a shame. Wow, that was pretty good, though. Our Dust Bishops do alright work. Okay, I don't understand why you would use 4 units to attack, like, this is a very strange battle. Okay, I don't know where you guys are going, but it should stop. You should stop going. Run quickly. You're probably just not going to be part of this battle. Okay, these guys, I'm assuming, will retreat. Yeah, another 500 dust for us, though, forcing the retreat. And then we get to attack here, potentially next turn. It looks like they're not putting any armies up on the coast right away. My biggest concern here is Giala, right? The fact that there's no garrison and no fortification here means that they could drop an army here and just immediately reclaim it and start doing what they're doing again. I do not want them to have another forward base for buying troops. That makes me a little reluctant to move this guy much away from the coast. Alright, let's figure this out. What do we want to do here? They have a pretty frustrating army to deal with. These guys do a lot of damage. 231 base attack is real. They have 500 health for some reason. That seems incorrect to me, but apparently that's the amount of health they have. You have army health boost 2, and that's it. I guess these guys, they're in a further ahead era than we are, so they have access to more dust gear and higher versions of the health ring and stuff. We now know that Jamaj does not have much left in its garrison, which is very interesting information. I kind of think I want to go for this. I think there's a real chance we lose here, but I don't think it's a loss that's very costly for us. We have enough money that we can just rush a new army out of the city, so that we'll have a new force available on this coming turn. And I don't know that he can replicate that. Because his I guess Jamaj is pretty close. I was going to say, because his cities are further away. Hold on, what's this? Okay, so apparently this army's going to have to turn around. Apparently, I just noticed that out of the corner of my eye. How close to the city can you get? That might be close enough to serve as reinforcements. We might have to pull this army up. I know I was just talking about defending the coast. We might have to pull this army up because of the fact that Min is potentially threatened. Interestingly, these Dakari Rangers have great attack, but their damage is low enough that, like, they're capped at only doing about as much damage as the Vine Snakes do on a normal attack, which is weird. Alright, so we're going to have a lot of people, like, turn around very quickly here. Alright, let's actually finish the turn. I think I'm going to go for this. A costly loss here is less costly to me than it is than, like, even if we go pretty even with them, we lose, but we do a lot of damage on the way out. I think that's a pretty positive outcome for me. So, how do we want to set up for this? Obviously, Circular Attack Man is annoying. We really want to be as far forward as possible, too, because we want to be threatening to their ranged units quickly. So I kind of want to set up a lot of our guys over here. I want the morale from being in the city, but I'm worried about what that does to our ability to fight back. This guy has free counter and really good attack stats, but also his health is not great. He's going to move 4 spaces to, like, here. Ordinarily, it's not super valuable to take a hero out first because, obviously, it's not actually removing a table, or removing a unit from the table in the strategic sense. That guy's going to be in the army again next turn. And green has crazy health regen, so he may have this much health again next turn, but if we can kill him quickly on the first turn after he moves way up like this, it may be worthwhile to do so. Yeah, I think I'm going to set up like this. We have our additional riders coming in. We got to be careful with them because they're cavalry, and it would be annoying if they got attacked by militia. We can... I think we can actually remove Jessa Murdap in the sense that they would have to buy him back, because my understanding right now of how Last Stand works with governors is that the governor can be eliminated as long as there are no non-militia units in the city garrison. That is consistent with weird behavior that we've seen a couple of times where it seemed like there should still be stuff alive in our garrison, but all of a sudden our hero did not last stand. I think it's that militia don't count, basically. This guy's going to run forward. We're going to shoot him with the Dust Bishop. This guy's going to move to here or here, I'm assuming. Yeah, he doesn't have enough movement to get to any other place where he can hit 2 units with his circular attack. Like, we should probably have the melee units mostly focused on him. I'm going to have the riders try to pick this guy off. One of the riders run forward. Actually, we can't hit Jessa Murdap this turn anyway, and he's going to move after we do, so... Probably... Yeah, probably we do something else. Okay. And I mean, we're still hanging tough. Even with all the morale penalties and stuff, our defense is still such that we are pretty tough to kill. We can get rid of both of these 2 units this turn. I think that's a pretty strong start for us. Wow! 239, huh? That's pretty good for you. Where are you going? Okay, good contributions, everybody. Way to really focus and get the job done. Let's see. Where do I want you to end up? The problem is there's no way to know how many of my units are going to survive. They get 4 ranged attacks before any of my units get to move. So it's really hard to say which of my units will still be alive. Which means I don't really know where to position the Dust Bishop because I don't know who is even going to be capable of receiving healing. I guess we'll go here. This is like a pretty good spot. Got access. It's got range on a lot of people. If the Vine Snake has managed to survive to this point... Actually, no. If the hero has managed to survive to this point, the hero needs to go down. That's really important. And then you guys... So I think the riders are going to be able to kill the Vine Snake. Oh man, that Vine Snake's gonna get to hit all 4 of them for probably 200 damage. That really sucks. Well, that's gonna make this heal even more important. I guess, yeah, do your best to finish this guy. Like, this matters a huge amount. And then they were able to channel a lot of their units into this narrow area here, which really sucks. Because they get to fire on us and we can't really counterattack. There's cliff around both sides of it. Yeah, a lot of our units just don't really get to do stuff. We're going to see people have to run around the sides. Yeah, plan to just go around over there. This terrain is very favorable to their army. Okay, but they're spilling... Oh, I guess they can't all attack from in there because of their abbreviated attack range. Oh. Huh. Well, I am surprised by that move. Okay, trades, I guess. So that was a pretty bad hit. Yes, what I'd really like is for the militia to get wrapped up fighting stalwarts. Also, I'm a little surprised. I kind of thought he wasn't going to bring the garrison of the city in as reinforcements, because this has a pretty bad worst-case scenario outcome for him, doesn't it? Like, if he fails to win this battle now, I can just walk in and take the city. I guess the city's going to regenerate its whole militia garrison next turn, no matter what, because we don't have the ability to put it under siege. So maybe it's not such a big deal. Let's see. You will have moved by the time the bishop gets to fire. You'll be dead. You'll be dead by the time the bishop gets to fire, so you are not a consideration. I guess just shoot at the units that can actually do some damage. Like, we got to start attacking these non-militia units. Like I just said, they're going to get all their militia back for free at the end of the turn, so it really does not help us to fixate on the militia. Try our best to kill anything else. You know, maybe I shouldn't be issuing movement-specific orders. Like, I like to maximize my cover angles and stuff, but we don't actually know how these units are going to move, and they're all going to move before we get to do stuff. So maybe we should just focus up here. Yeah, this guy's probably dead before he even gets his turn, and if he wasn't, he would die from the counterattack on his turn. So I'm not too worried about him. I do think this is going to end up being a pretty good outcome for us. Like, we're probably not going to get a lot more value over the course of this battle, but we're going to see them in a much worse position post-battle than we are in. Because I don't think we're going to lose everything here, you know? I'd be very surprised if this guy moved at this point, and we need to move our units as deep into this area as possible, partially to be standing next to as many of their units as possible so that we can be damaging their morale. I guess you can just attack him. And when the Dust Bishops do 0 damage, it hurts way worse than when most of our units do 0 damage. We're reliant on that health. Maybe they are going to get to kill all my guys. Why are they deciding that they know better than I do about targeting? This is the penultimate turn. Yeah, I think they are going to get to kill everything. That's very frustrating. The constantly doing 0 damage thing. I need that health. Well... let's see. They're definitely going to... my guess is all 3 of these units will be dead before any of my units get a turn. So if we're talking about having a chance to survive here, probably what I want to do with the Dust Bishop is just run to the far corner. Yep, okay, that went exactly the way I thought it was going to go. And now they can't all hit me. Of course, I do 0 damage, because Dust Bishops are cursed and can only do 0 damage. Well, I may as well heal you to full. Seems like a thing worth doing. And so the reason it was important for someone to survive there is that you get 0 XP if everybody's dead, but we can at least get some dust value out of the battle. And then we can replace pretty much that whole army, right? Yeah, like, let's rush you and you. I need a new Dust Bishop, probably. I guess we have 1 Dust Bishop alive, but also they're doing a lot of damage. And then we're going to be a little rider heavy for the moment. We could swap the design for the Stalwart to use Adamantium. We also could just buy some Palladian, although it's 52 each. I wonder if we're better off just running riders for the moment. Yeah, you know, their offensive stats are better, too. They die quickly, but they also kill quickly. This would be 982. We'd have to scare up 170 dust. I think we'd probably do that. Look at that. What a strong start that was. I certainly don't care about Pixie Blood. I definitely don't care about Red Sang. Oh, right. Moonleaf. I was going to buy Moonleaf and run this Moonleaf booster. Well... it will have to wait. Okay, yeah, so we've rebuilt that army in a single turn. Pretty good. We have to just let these guys go, I think. I don't really care for that. It is only 2 real units. What if we broke off, like, what if just this 1 rider went after them, maybe? Because if we do that, if we attack them right here, we would get the city garrison, part of the battle, and that might be enough to kill them from here. Although, I guess they're going to get a ton of health regen. We know that. Yeah, I think we maybe just have to let them go. Don't love the fact that he's running settlers through my territory. Like, he's not going to settle down here, though. The cities would immediately be... like, I'd get to take those cities for free. The AI just builds settlers sometimes, like, for absolutely no reason. And we could, like, next turn, with the 3k dust plus all the dust from fighting, we could just buy an army back here somewhere, have them take these guys out, and then head up to the front. Yeah, we're fine, we're fine. So... this army's in kind of rough shape and no longer in range of infinite free reinforcements. We need to run these guys up to defend Mean. Hopefully, to fight this army outside of the range of that garrison. And make sure we have orders in place for people to run forward. I'd really prefer if you could come up in this direction, because again, I'd really like to fight outside of range of that garrison. I don't know that this is actually going to be an option for us. You can follow them up that way, because they need more bodies in that army anyway. Yeah, we have troops coming together all over the place here. We also have, down here in Nyert, we do have some forest. Maybe it's better to build another burrow, though. All right, I think we're making headway. I know it looks like staggered progress, but we're gonna have to endure this wave where they, like, burn out their existing armies against us. And once that's happened, it is gonna be a little bit easier to push forward. You probably don't really want to go anywhere. Go grab this pearl and then walk back toward the toward that position. Actually, I guess it would be good if I was near the city but not in a place where they could attack me and get benefit from their garrison. You need to do your thing. You need to do your thing. Okay. Actually, are these guys out of movement after they go grab those pearls? They're not, right? Alright, now we gotta mash the heck out of this. Hey, that's not what I'm trying to do. Apparently that city's nameplate was directly under the button. Just really need our units to move quickly here. Okay, everybody's on their way out. Pop this army up. I didn't tell you to stop moving. That's really annoying. This army did part of its move order, but not the whole thing for no reason, so now they're not in range to participate in that battle. That's actually extremely shitty. Yeah, let's fight. Come over here and fight me by my reinforcements positions. So this guy is back to 112. Probably one attackable. Should probably stand in the city, right? 1, 2, 3. I guess standing in the city lets these guys actually get range on us, doesn't it? He'll only be able to move to here. These two can get... Yeah, so actually we want to stand behind the city, I think? Yeah. That's a little unfortunate. I would really like that morale, but I also really don't want them to be able to shoot at me without at least taking some damage of their own as well. Yep, I think that is the appropriate targeting. Actually, we should probably have the ranged units start in on these guys, right? I'm hoping that my hero manages to trade with their hero, but no, that's not going to happen. Well, maybe we do have to focus the ranged on him. Like, he's got to go down. He has a very terrifying attack. So do these guys. This actually just really sucks. This is really crappy. Okay, let's go ahead and focus on the damaged ranged unit. Because this guy can't hit us this turn. We're all just going to work together on that. Actually, it would be better if we did this from these positions, so this guy gets healed twice before he has to move. They made their moves a little bit differently than I was expecting. Okay, I do not much care for this guy being alive. Let's see, he may well just stand perfectly still. You guys do your best to... One of you is going to get attacked. The other one should try to move to here and potentially heal the hero. But we gotta... This guy does have to go down. So our play here is very... Oh, interesting. Not what I was expecting him to do. Our play here is very reproducible. Really? You both want to fight the one who's not injured? Are you sure? Like, we could just buy this army again next turn. So, losses for us are a little bit less bad than losses are for him. We need to try to be in positions where we can potentially heal the riders should any of them survive, while also trying to take advantage of the city morale bonus. Okay, I like that. That guy surviving means they had to burn a whole extra attack on him. Okay, hey, a stun finally went off. Neither one of the guys I thought were going to be over here actually managed to be over here. The riders should focus on this guy, try to get him stunned. And we also should try to kill this guy as best we can. The fact that this dude is just sitting back and buffing their defenses is annoying, but I don't think it's right to go after him, because at this point, they're both buffed, right? I guess he hasn't buffed. He's been repeatedly buffing the same one. You know what? The buffs probably aren't having any effect. My morale is low enough that we're already receiving the worst possible attack odds table, I think. So joke's on him, then. And do I maybe want to just ignore this guy? Instead of trying to fish for a stun, like, let's just let him get his one attack. Have both of these guys run over here and try to focus him down as best we can. I guess I want to attack from here so we can heal the militia as well. Good, lots of zeros, exactly what I'm hoping for, of course. The worst possible attack odds table has 25% zero damage, so we really should not be seeing that anywhere near as often as we are seeing it. I want to move so that I can get some charge bonus, but I also don't want to run out of range of the Dust Bishops. And to be honest with you, I was not expecting us to not be able to kill 2 units. I thought for sure we were going to get most of the Dedicates dead here. Well, at least we stunned him again right before the rider died. No! Ah, that sucks. We need every source of damage we can get here. I am crashing this guy's morale as hard as I can. Alright, well, we got 400 XP there. Or 400 dust, rather. And that was actually kind of a better outcome for me than it was for him, because he does not have... He lost a larger percentage of his army strength than we did when you consider the army strength that we're able to replace by buying units in the city. So, let's resolve this nonsense. Oh, he has a full garrison and another army. How do we want to deal with that? I'm not allowed to retreat despite the fact that I'm not the garrison. There's some stuff going on with units near, armies near cities being treated as though they are the city's garrison when they are not the city's garrison, that I still have not mentally adjusted to, because it's very unintuitive and silly, is the way I would put it. So, like, there shouldn't be a version of this where they can attack without me having the option of retreating, right? I should be able to step up here, see that they have twice as many units as it appeared that they had, and go, you know what, never mind. Take my health losses and back up, but we are apparently not going to be able to do that. So we can't win this, right? I guess these are relatively weak units, a lot of them. This is the only guy who's actually totally modern. Although the Vine Snake 8s are not. They're not nothing. And then they have another Vine Snake 9 coming in, but a lot of these troops are also out of date. Demon 2s are pretty bad. The Agash Shaman. Like, honestly, this is not that good of an army. Yeah, alright, we fight it. So my ability to just go, whatever, I lost an army, we'll just get it back, is limited, right? We can only buy so many units per turn. I don't have infinite dust. So it's not great to lose multiple armies per turn. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we have much of an option here. Also, I will say I'm a little frustrated by the fact that we have 3 fortification health each when the city has 16 fortification. Like, I should either not be receiving fortification or be receiving that whole value, right? So let's... Yeah, I mean, we want to start all grouped up. We probably want the higher health units to be on the outside of the city. Start all grouped up here, get maximum morale for this first turn. And then we are going to get hammered. This guy moves to here, this guy moves to here. This guy moves to here just because it's the only other spot where he can attack from. And then we are trapped behind their vine snakes getting just arrows rained on us. And we're just going to have to tough it out. The good news is, Dust Bishop. The Dust Bishop can certainly help. This is a forest space, right? No, it is not. That one is, but this one's not. Well, I mean, it's pretty important that the Dust Bishop be in the middle. So I guess you're just going to have to live without Forest Rage. Or you know what, actually, this space is not vulnerable to attack. I'll have you be in front. Yeah, okay. So, we don't actually get to make a lot of decisions here. The Dust Bishop gets to attack whoever he wants. And unfortunately, the Vine Snake... Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say that Vine Snake 9 is going to do a lot of damage to us, but Vine Snake 9 doesn't have free counter. The 8s with the slightly worse stats have free counter. The 9 had his free counter trinket replaced with something else. So, it would be best if we were... There's no way. There's no way I'm going to be able to predict how these things are going to behave. So unfortunately, I can't try to have multiple units focus on one Vine Snake or anything. We're just going to have to, like... The attacks are going to go how the attacks are going to go. Ranged unit needs to kill... Needs to focus on killing. So we need to be attacking one of the Vine Snakes with the lower health. That is true for you as well. Just group up on that guy. The Rider is going to... also be stuck. There's not a ton I can do here. Alright, yeah, they are completely in control of how we position and move. There's nothing I can do. Is this guy really still at -2 morale? You should have -5 +3 +3 for... Oh, you know what? If the city's under siege, I think the city tiles don't give you the 3 points of morale. I was not expecting them to not just take up all of the spaces in front of us, because they totally could have, right? They chose to move in a pretty non-ideal manner here. This is actually really good for us. Let's have the ranged units focus here. This guy's going to die, hopefully, during his turn. So yeah, they left us an opening here, which is encouraging. We might be able to make something out of this. Unfortunately, it's going to take a minute before we'll really know if we're going to be able to make something out of this. Okay, well, that's a shame. I was hoping to get that guy healed up enough that he would be able to survive the first round of ranged attacks against him. Oof, that hurts. I do like that my stalwarts have so much health now that we're getting 107 health back from Soul Leech. Okay, yeah, you definitely need to attack him, and you guys need to start focusing on the ranged as much as possible. So this thing's going to be dead by your turn, I'm hoping. Somebody's going to have to fight that guy. It's going to be you. And we're about to see this demon run in, too. That's not great. But honestly, this has not been... In a sense, this hasn't been as bad as I thought, like, in that we're actually getting to fight back a little bit. In another sense, it has been worse than I thought, because we're taking way more damage per attack than I was hoping. These guys with their 459, 471 attack values, certainly overwhelming my defenses by a little bit. Also, one of my units is very focused on doing nothing with every single one of its turns. I actually really need you to get that kill. Please not just leave that guy alive forever. I'm super annoyed that the Necrophage army is not here backing us up, because it should be, right? There's no good reason that that army should have stopped moving and just decided that it wasn't going to be part of the battle. Ah, that really sucks. And of course you die before your turn, so your life drain doesn't have the ability to kill the Vine Snake. Come on, please just kill him. Alright. There we go. That was pretty positive. We are going to lose the whole army, though. And again, this would be a situation where we would have survivors, and thus would get XP, and thus would get dust, if the Necrophage army had not stopped moving for absolutely no reason. I don't understand how it partially processes the move order. Like, I hit the button, and it moved half of its move and then stopped. But like, the moment that button is pressed, the whole order should happen. I know that it wants to animate them moving around, but that the animation shouldn't be... The animation and the logical move should be different things, right? So yeah, we lose the whole army. That sucks. It sucks to not get any XP. Because we need that dust. There's no sense in issuing any orders here. We are not in control. Alright, at the very least, we have to step this army up here and prevent the city from regenerating any fortification or anything. We might even want to attack here. Maybe. Kind of depends on what I think they've done, because they don't get most of the force that they had there will not be available to defend the city, because a lot of it was coming from that garrison. So they're going to have 2 units in the main army, and then the rest of the stuff is going to come in through the reinforcements. I wonder if we could block their reinforcement pads, if we could get forward fast enough. Because what's coming in first is that ranged army, right? So you, healthy guy, should go up here. Yeah, I'm going to try to lock up the reinforcement slots. What do I want to do with you? This terrain is very, very ranged unit beneficial. Actually, it's really crappy for us. Also, they have 14 fortification, despite the fact that the city can't have any fortification this turn, because it just fell. Right? Isn't that how it works? I'm like pretty close to 100% certain that that is how that works. So that sucks. Like, they definitely should not have any fortification. Alright, we need units over here to be focused on locking their stuff in place. This guy has range on us, because the Guard Rangers have 4 range, so he might not move. And if he doesn't move, we can stop people from getting out of there. You need to attack Zakia, but we also need to make sure that somebody is just moving to a position where they can try to lock this up. Actually, you can... Nah, it should be a stalwart. You can be focused on trying to get an attack off. You guys should plan to have at them, right? Run down the middle. Okay. Okay, that's usually not a thing that the AI does, the tactical move forward to unblock the reinforcement slot. Good news is we have stepped on one of their reinforcement pads, so that'll slow them down. Alright, you need to hold position, no matter what. And then, yeah, let's get aggressive. I think I still want you guys attacking that unit as best you can, although we should try to do it from closer to our own units. Do I want to step in and provide a, provide minus morale to these guys at the cost of minus moraling myself? Because obviously I need to be in a position where I am I'm contributing some healing. Yeah, probably it makes sense for this bishop to move to here. Ideally, continue attacking that guy. Hold on a second. Hey, issue the... There we go. Alright, and then you can do the same thing from here, and hopefully we can get a guy to this position fairly quickly. Like, we could have you stand here. Okay, your plan, like, a lot of people plan to attack that guy. Okay, so one of you needs to step here and attack. The hero's just gonna die, but if he gets one attack off first, he will hit pretty hard. Ah, all the more reason for him not to attack this unit. That unit has fortification. Actually, what on earth do I do with you? I guess you stand here and attack that guy? A little inconvenient, but... Now we're parked on both of their reinforcement pads. And so we get to just pick off these units and take the city back. Hold position. Need to have our ranged units start actually really pounding their ranged units. We'll get to these guys, but we gotta hack our way through here. If I don't let any of their units in, because we're going to eliminate what is considered the main army. If I don't let any of their reinforcement units in, when I win the battle, do I get the city? I'm not 100% sure how this works. This is kind of an unusual situation. I guess we're going to do some science here. We'll find out. Please don't die. Okay. I am gratified to see the enemies unfocused. Shouldn't take too many more of those turns. Please kill him. We need that soul leech. Alright, there you go. I should definitely keep focusing. I hate the way that your units dynamically retarget. They're like, oh, I probably don't need to attack that unit anymore. Look at how low its health is. It must be scared. Okay, so this is the turn where we finally break that guy down. You should both definitely attack this dude, since attacks on that guy will be pretty limited. I do really appreciate him choosing to attack the self-healing unit. Yeah, the bottleneck here is crummy, though. Alright, so even if we don't get the city, we made a pretty good deficit here. Like, this went our way a lot. And we got 1,000 dust for it. Because we didn't lose anything there, right? That was just me shaving a bunch of units off of them. We definitely want to keep moving toward Rallying Call. I know that the rest of the points of Iron Taskmaster are important, but Rallying Call is also tremendously important. Our initial exit, the Chosen, has gotten to be a part of an awful lot of battles at this point. Okay, so next up we need to sign some new troop building. Troop purchasing, more than anything. What's left? We have 2 Dust Bishops here, right? So we need some non-Dust Bishop units. Stalwarts are, of course, very helpful, but it's mostly going to be Riders right now, although we've run out of Mithrite. So we're going to have to take the Mithrite out of the Rider design so we can keep producing Riders, or we could swap the Stalwarts over to Adamantian weapons. We are making a lot of Adamantian per turn. Yeah, I guess for the moment we can do that. Definitely want to keep the one-handed swords. We can get one more Stalwart out without having to swap the shields. Definitely want to buy some of my troops in this city. Right, that army's in pretty good shape. And then we're going to swap the shield out on the Stalwart design as well. Wrong button. And buy ourselves a couple more Stalwarts here in Guaran. Okay, we cannot do another one, right? They're like, oh no, never mind, 990. That's right, it's the Dust Bishops, so they're really expensive. So that's a whole army, right? Yeah, 6 plus 2. So that's his army's going to be completely full. We do need to buy Ipsawacha back. Aren't you not in the game anymore? Am I getting messages from Beyond the Grave? No, he is showing us still in the game. Certainly doesn't have any territory. We got a notification that he had been eliminated. I think some stuff may be occurring here. There are some things happening. Alright, we need to have a talk with these guys. I'm going to have this army back up with the intention of being in a position where they can initiate combat. But next turn we can buy some units in Galarath or Inel or something and head them off at the pass the turn after, and then send those forces up to here. For now, I think we really got to focus on buying units at the front, though. So you guys could move. Do I want to be in a position where I can immediately initiate battle? Probably, right? I'd like to have all these units pop out and join this army and have the battle start with a full force. But we also really need to make sure we don't miss these dudes. Like, if we can stop this army now, it's going to make things a lot easier in the future. Yeah, alright, I think we are in an okay position to keep pushing here. We'll retake Mean pretty easily. They've lost a ton of units. And hopefully they're going to have a hard time reinforcing as well as we can, since a lot of the battle is happening right on top of our cities. So I think we're probably getting close to the point where we can start making a sustained push. I know we've lost a lot here, but I actually think this has been pretty good for us in the overall. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time we start painting the map orange, and we'll see you then.